On January 30th, 2005, voting booths opened across Iraq. Viewers around the world held their collective breath. Sunni extremists and foreign jihadis had vowed an unrelenting campaign of violence and death against anyone who chose to vote for the future of Iraq. More than 8 million Iraqis defied those threats and voted in the first genuinely democratic elections in the Middle East in generations.
Our mission for Echo Company today was to secure 2 polling sites for the Iraqi elections. We didn't know what to expect. However, one thing that I guess kind of surprised all of us, there was a very large turnout of female voters. It was probably at least a third of the turnout today, if not higher. You know, as far as the insurgents, we were expecting some type of activity today. We've had some indirect fire, so I guess that was probably right on the mark with what we were anticipating in terms of the enemy activity. But all in all, it turned out to be a mission accomplished.
When President Bush, to his credit, persevered, despite the negative and even anti-American coverage, to the point where liberals, led by Tom Friedman of the New York Times, say we're witnessing an unbelievable change of events, not only in Iraq, but in the Middle East as a whole. This could be history-changing, history-making in the extreme.
It was very important not only for Iraq to have these elections then, not delay them, and it also was very reflective of what of the other nations within the area saw and how they were going to react to it. And we can see that happening now again in those countries like Lebanon, in Syria, in Saudi Arabia to some degree. Even changes may be occurring in Egypt. Hopefully that's going to lead to the freedoms over there that those people so deserve.
In March of 2005, the people of Lebanon took to the streets of Beirut. They called it the Cedar Revolution, and they demanded that Lebanon finally be free of Syria, its powerful, corrupt neighbor. It was the biggest political blow to Syria's Ba'athist dictatorship in decades, and it came not from car bombs or hate-filled sermons. It came from democratic and peaceful demonstrations.
When 1.5 million Lebanese takes to the streets and call for the Syrian withdrawal and for the disarming of the militias, there is no future in Lebanon except for democracy. Otherwise, if Hezbollah would want to once again, as he did in the 80s, confront the international society, the Middle East has changed. Iraq has changed, the region has changed, the Palestinians are voting, and the majority of Lebanese are free now.
Democracy has finally come to the Middle East. Though in its infancy, it is taking root in a region historically ruled by theocracies, monarchies, and military dictators. Terrorism was what brought us into this war, and it remains the #1 threat to world peace and stability, to the very freedoms we enjoy.
Listen to bin Laden in '97, listen to him today, listen to al-Zakari, listen to the others out there, listen to the people that beheaded Nick Berg. They all say the same thing. Their job in life is to devastate our society. That hasn't stopped. We have to combat terrorism.
It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be done overnight. But certainly once we bring the taste of freedom to these countries that have suffered under these dictatorships, they will continue to try to pursue even more freedoms for their own people and develop their people and provide peace in the world.
Lebanon's democracy is exploding. Syrian reform movement is moving up, and spasms of democracy are flourishing around the region. It doesn't mean we are there, but the new era has certainly started.